welcome to the LG booth for CES 2020. And once again, they're dazzling attendees with their Wave, which is made up of 255-inch OLED panels. So it really demonstrates the flexibility of OLED. There's concave and convex panels that make up this amazing arrangement right at the front of the LG booth. One thing LG is doing at CES is extending their OLED leadership. OLED's given them the opportunity to create various designs, including the roll-up TV. We're going to look at other wallpaper TVs. There's a new gallery OLED as well. So a lot to look at. Let's go check them out. Now, powering all the LG OLED TVs for 2020 is the new Alpha 9 Gen 3 processor. This is the brains of the operation that does things like enhancing your experience, both picture and audio. It can even have auto genre recognition, so it can recognize whether you're watching a movie, watching sport, or even playing a game. The Gen 3 processor also includes AI Picture Pro, so it can do things like enhancing faces, enhancing voices on the screen, so that it's using that artificial intelligence to scene by scene improve exactly what you're watching. The other advantage of OLED is it opens up so many design possibilities, and once again LG has created their wallpaper OLED, which literally sticks on the wall like wallpaper. They've also have the roll-up TV, the OLED R, that was released or unveiled here a year ago, but hasn't come to market. They're telling us that 2020 is the year we're going to see the OLED R. But the other TV, the newest in the OLED range, is the new gallery television, which is only 2 centimeters thick and can be mounted flush on the wall like a work of art. One new feature with the LG OLED TVs this year, and this is powered by the Alpha 9 Gen 3 processor, is Filmmaker mode. Now, there are plenty of features that help smooth out the image, reduce the noise, and do all those kinds of things to improve the picture, but that isn't always as Hollywood intended. So it's not surprisingly that Filmmaker mode is supported by Hollywood's most famous filmmakers, and by adopting Filmmaker mode, what it does, it turns off those features like the motion smoothing, the noise reduction, and gives you exactly what the filmmaker intended. Of course, LG TVs will be available in both 4K and 8K. 4K is something we've already seen in Australia, as well as 8K, but the 8K range has expanded even further, both across OLED and the new nanocell TVs as well. Now, with 8K, it's obviously 4 times the resolution of 4K and offers so many pixels on the screen that even if you get right up close to the screen, you're not going to notice any pixels whatsoever. LG is marketing their 8K televisions, and they're calling them Real 8K because they meet the very strict standards from the Consumer Technology Association. So there's all sorts of technology in the background. What they meet are the specifications for contrast modulation. LG reaches 90% of the requirement, so they are way above other brands in the 8K space. Now, it's okay having an 8K TV, but there's not a hell of a lot of content at the moment, but that's all going to change in 2020. Later on this year, we're going to see YouTube streaming 8K video, so you can have native 8K content on your television. But there's going to be more. Later this year, the Tokyo 2020 Olympics are going to kick off in July, and they are actually broadcasting in Tokyo in 8K. Later this year, we're also going to see the release of 2 next-generation gaming consoles, including the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Both of these consoles are reportedly also going to offer 8K gaming. Now, for the first time, LG has released a 48-inch OLED screen, which is aimed at the gamers, those customers who would require a screen that's small enough to maybe put on a desktop, but good enough to use for gaming. Now, OLED is a very good gaming platform because it offers variable refresh rates and very low input lag so that you're competitive whether you're playing online or just in the campaign. And in fact, the input lag is so low, it's actually better than dedicated gaming monitors. Now, a big part of LG's offering this year is AI and the connected home. They're saying is anywhere is home because of all their connectivity and all their products. This is a great example. This is like a smart door. Now, you've heard of smart doorbells. Well, this is that on steroids. Not only is it a smart doorbell, but it allows people to use their face or their fingerprint as their key. But even better, if you're expecting a package, for example, and there's a courier at the door, you can send them a QR code which will open up one of many compartments on the side of the door. One for cold goods, groceries, another one for packages, and if maybe your child's come home without the key, you can also let them in your house as well. At CES, we're seeing a lot of new LG products, prototypes and concepts. One of them is the indoor garden. So imagine the kitchen of the near future, which allows you to have your normal fridge and freezer and all your kitchen appliances, but also an indoor garden to grow your own herbs and spices. And the indoor garden itself uses special pods that contain the seeds, and it also applies the right amount of water and the right amount of air to grow your herbs and spices indoors. So whenever you need them, they're right here for you to clip off and use on your food. LG have already released their InstaView fridges, which allows you to do this. You knock on the glass so that you can see inside, but they've actually now taken this concept and moved it to their oven. So same concept, you knock on the glass, you can see what's cooking inside without letting the heat out. But the other part of it, you can also connect it to your kitchen cupboards. So when you're knocking on the oven door or on the fridge door, it also opens up the glass on the cupboard so you can actually get out your plates and cutlery. One new feature of the LG refrigerators in 2020 is the ability to make craft ice. Now, why craft ice? Well, for a start, they're perfectly spherical. They're also clear. So presentation-wise, they look really good in your drink. They're also very slow to melt. So if you are entertaining, this is an ideal solution. Here's a retail concept that's been developed by LG. It's called the Style Lab. Now, I don't know how much you like shopping and trying on clothes, but here's a way where you can use technology to do all the work. You stand on the pad and it takes all of your body measurements, and then it brings you a selection of tops, pants, shoes, glasses, whatever you want, so you can actually see yourself in those various different outfits. And then when you're done, choose and it'll tell you how much you've got to pay.